I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. You still teaching me. And salutations to the elect and 1/3. I'm going to call this lesson, He Teaches My Hands to War. All right, and I'm gonna start off with this precept. This is Zechariah 12:8. In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of the Lord before them. Okay. So, he that is feeble among them, it's really talking about our broken down bodies and being in this captivity under Esau, because Esau intentionally he put fluoride and estrogen levels in the water to feminize the men. Their drinking water and their tap water. He put estrogen levels. There's been reports that he's been putting estrogen levels in the water along with the fluoride. And what that does is that gives you female hormones, and it also breaks down your bones. The fluoride, it breaks down your bones. And then he's giving us these GMOs, and these GMOs, the GMO foods, the fruits and vegetables, has no nutrients in it, so that's breaking our body down. He's ultimately he's setting us up for the day of his wrath, when the flood shall come down into us. In martial law, when martial law is implemented, and the pestilence and the famines come, he's setting us up for to lose the war, and the Lord is going to set up a standard in these last days to defend Jerusalem. Okay, so you gotta ask yourself, well, how is Esau? How is he preparing us for war? How is the Lord preparing us for war? And Esau is breaking us. He's breaking our bodies. He's breaking our temples down with these GMOs, chemtrails, and fluoride water. But if you've been paying attention, you know that the Lord has also he's preparing us through through these folklores, these movies, the video games, the animated anime. He's preparing us for war right under Esau's nose, without him even realizing it. Okay, because there's a scripture that say, wait upon the Lord, and He shall renew our strength. Okay, so in that day when the Lord returns, He's gonna renew our strength. But you still gotta ask yourself, how is He preparing us for war? So I'm gonna get this precept real quick. This is Psalms 144:1. This is Psalms 144:1, a psalm of David. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. All right, so the elect right now on the four corners of the earth, the elect over there in Japan and in China, in the Middle East, over here in America, they're already being taught. He's already teaching us our hands. He's already teaching our hands to war. And believe it or not, it's through these video games and in the movies. But mainly it's through these video games, because these video games are programming our mind. Depending on what video game you get, when you come into this truth. Like me personally, when I came into this truth, I left the FPSs alone. I started messing with the the RPGs. All right, so there's different mechanics in the IPs for these different RPGs, and I'm gonna show you a couple of them. Now, for your brothers out there, I ain't got the new gen system. I got the last gen system. All right, so I ain't got the new video games, you know, but I'm gonna show you a couple, showing you that the Lord is already that the prophecies already being fulfilled. That He's already have been preparing the elect for war. And I'm gonna start off with this right here. This is Shadow of Mordor. Okay, and in this game, you get the spiritual powers. The powers that you get, you know, the powers you get is you get the Lord of Host power, where you can control your enemies. Man, you can control them. You know, it's kind of like that scene on on what's that movie called Ghost Rider, where he touches their head and he goes into their mind, and he can read their mind, he can read their thoughts. Again, that's pretty much it, man. In this game, you know, you could tap into the heart of your enemy. You could get intel on who the captain is, and it pretty much is preparing you for to hunt your enemies down. Okay, so you know that also goes to with the precept. You know, the fishers shall become hunters. All right, that's that pertains that this game pertains to that precept. Okay, because in this game you actually have the ability to track down your enemies, gain intel in order to get in order to get to the captain or the war chief. You're able to grab one of his minions, go into his heart, tap into his heart, and gain intel. So the Lord is already preparing. Believe it or not, the elect, as I speak right now, believe it or not, I ain't gonna say all of them, but those that are going to get that power, they're already being programmed through these video games that the Lord has set. The Lord has set these video games up. Okay, to program Jake into war. Okay, and this game right here the mechanics in this game is crazy because you could kill 100 enemies and have the captain flee from you. Like they actually added a fear factor into the IP. Okay, into the AI. The AI in this game, they have a fear factor where if you kill enough, you kill a certain amount of his henchmen, that the captain himself flee away, and even the men they flee away. You could hunt him down. You could actually hunt the captain down. You could torture him. You could torture the war chief in this game. Okay, the boss or the man in charge. You could actually track him down. You could beat him. You could torture him, and then you could cut his head off, literally, in this game. All right. So that's one of the games. Then I have right here. This is Red Dead Redemption. All right. Now in this game, you could slow down time, and you can shoot and hit everything with point accuracy. In this game, you could slow down time, and you can hit your targets, multiple targets, in like one fell swoop. You could hit multiple targets with the gun. So this right here is also a spiritual game, and you got a Metal Gear Rising, Revenge, or is it called Metal Gear Rising Revenge? Okay, and in this game they show you Esau's blessing, which in this game you're fending or you're fighting giant mechanical robots. All right, and you're slicing up uh giant mechanical robots, which is spiritual because that's in these last days Esau's gonna bring out his Metal Gear robots. Because believe it or not, this game is derived from Esau's programs that he got going on. They have giant mechanical robots that they're going to unleash on us in these last days, believe it or not. So this game right here is also set up. The Lord set this up for the elect. So when they play it, it's programming their mind to war. It's preparing their mind for war when the time comes. All right, when he renews when he renews their strength. When he renews their strength, they're gonna have the ability to do these things that you could do in this game. All right. So you got Metal Gear Rising, Revenge. And this is a good game to play. And then you got Crisis. I got Crisis 2 and 3. But in this game you get some type of celestial mechanical suit, which I believe the angels have these type of technology. I believe the angels have uh, uh, suits that you could wear that enhance your abilities, or it helps enhance your abilities. But in this game right here, you could grab men by the throat. You could throw them around. You could cloak yourself to turn yourself invisible. You have super speed, super strength. So this game right here shows you the type of the technology that the angels have. They have celestial armories, and celestial suits. I believe that the angels do have. I do believe they have it. Okay, so this is another game. And then you got Darksiders. All right, Darksiders. This is Darksiders 2. Okay, in this game you have multiple spiritual powers in this game. All right, he has two scythes, and he's able to I call it a portal pocket. Now when I say a portal pocket, I mean you're able to pull out different weapons out of a portal. You know, so he could pull out a giant hammer out of thin air. Like if you ever watched the Mask, the movie The Mask, when the dude he's pulling out all kinds of weapons out of his pocket. It's kind of like that, man. He could pull out giant hammers and maces and whatnot, and jack your enemies up. And there's an intricate combat system in this game too. A real intricate combat system. It's a really good combat system. And I got this right here, and this is completely obvious, pertaining to the truth right here, man. Because this is a Jake, and in this game you play as Jake, and he has spiritual powers. And you could leap all the way down in the city, in the streets, and you could create complete havoc. You could kill which, man, it's spiritual, because in the game itself, you could kill multiple martial law troopers, and the people in the streets, man, who already got the chip. Yeah, it's in the game. You know, the people in this game, the civilians in this game have the chip. All right, this is like post. I would say post after the economy collapsed. You notice when you play this game that the people in this game, they have the RFID microchip, and the civilians, they have the RFID microchip. And you play as this Jake, where he has spiritual powers. And like I said, you could go down in the city, you could create havoc, slaughter martial law troopers and whatnot, and kill the civilians. You know, the people that sold out. You know, it's completely spiritual, man. You know, and go down to underground military bases and kill scientists and doctors. This is also pertaining to hunting. The fishers shall become hunters. All right. This is a very powerful spiritual game, but the Lord has set up all these games to program Jake and into doing his will. All right. So you got that. I got right here the Force Unleash. Okay. And in this game, y'all, if you anybody who knows Star Wars, you get telekinetic powers. You can move objects with your mind. In this game, you do kill martial law troopers. Also, you kill the stormtroopers, which is the raft as they are the martial law troopers. The stormtroopers in Star Wars are the martial law troopers in reality. But in this game, you could throw people around. You could hit them with lightning. You could telekinetically move objects and throw them at people. So this game right here is also spiritual. All right. So that's just a few games. I'm Lord willing, I'm gonna do another video on how he's preparing us for war. You know, but video games definitely is one of the main catalysts of how he's fulfilling prophecy and how he is training us, preparing our hands for war, or preparing our hands to war. All right. So with that, I'm gonna get one more precept. I'm gonna get one more precept and I'm gonna close out. Let's see. I'm gonna get I already get that. I'm gonna get St. John. It's St. John 14 and 12. Verily I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go to my Father. And whatsoever you ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. Okay? So you gotta ask yourself, in this feeble, broken down state that we're in, how are we going to be able to do greater works than the Lord? You know, but like, as I stated, all the feats and all the stuff that you can do in these video games, and the stuff that you see in these movies and in the anime, believe it or not, that's prophecy, and that's how he's actually preparing us for war. Okay, and that's exactly how we're going to be able to do those feats. The elect is going to be able to do those feats in that day when the Lord return and renew their strength and set that standard up. And let me see. I'll get yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna close out with that. And shalom.